mistake. And now the Rebels have a chance to put this in blowout territory. If they score here and get a two-point conversion, they'll be up 18-0 before we hit 4 minutes in the fourth. So the Lions, and this game, by the way, if you're thinking this is just some regular season game, it certainly is not. These are two of the biggest rivals in the IFL. And obviously, your team last year, only 2 losses. That was a big part of seeding. So a loss here, a loss there. In the top tier of the IFL, version Adam.
I mean, if it's going to stand, it's just really the Lions, they're getting in their own heads right now. They're down big really early on, but you got to make plays. You got to stop. If there's a low snap that's on the ground, you got to converge on the quarterback, and they just didn't do that.
This is certainly embarrassing right now if you're part of the Lions organization or a Lions fan. I don't think anyone expected this. The referees are having a conference to talk about that flag, see if they pick it up or not. We are broadcasting to you live here from Kraft Family Stadium, Judean Rebels versus the Jerusalem Lions.
I'm not exactly sure what the flag was for on that play. Didn't seem like anything was out of order. We'll have to find out in a minute.
Todd Warnick is the head referee tonight, a very well-experienced referee, especially in the basketball league. Now, one of the coaches is coming out in the field, and he is being told to go back on the field. Todd Warnick is getting in his face to tell him to leave. Look at Todd Warnick getting out right up with this. Todd Warnick does not mess around. I've seen him, and he just threw a flag.
Oh, there it is.
Now, one of the Lions coaches went on the field, which is a no-no, unless, of course, it's a timeout. So the flag has been thrown by Todd Warnick. Todd Warnick looks back. He's not going to mess around, folks. I've seen him jaw it out with John Sharon of the Sabres for a good full minute. Now, I just want to get that coach. That coach now who came on the field was Dwayne Sanders, offensive coordinator. I know Dwayne personally. We do a mixed martial arts together. He's a good guy. I guess he got a little heated by that flag.
We still don't know what the flag is for. It looks like they're going to
Okay, here we go. Here is what occurred. When Donnie Eastman picked up that ball and ran, he ran past the line of scrimmage. Therefore, it's a forward pass. The two-point conversion is no good. However, since Dwayne came on the field, the penalty will be against the Lions. That'll be assessed on the kickoff. So they're going to, Laron Zamir will move up. Instead of kicking from his own 10-yard line, will kick it from his 20. And that'll be more likely for a touchback. 16-0 is the score. Rebels over the Lions. From a very cold and windy Kraft Stadium. Talk about that, Adam, what it's like to play in the rain and the cold.
Yeah, well, I mean, coming from Givat Shmuel or from Ramana Sharon where the Hammers play, we don't have weather like this, but these teams are both from Jerusalem. They know what to expect tonight. They got to deal with the fog coming in here.
Playing with the fog, that's a part of it as well, not seeing things well. I don't know if that really explains the Lions situation. Adam, tell us what do you expect here for the kickoff? I doubt it'll be a line drive, probably more of a high arching kick.
Back on track. Probably get back on track now with a nice big kick. We'll see what he's going to do in a second. Bit of a line drive.
But good enough for a touchback. That's too easy for Zamir.
Can you hear me?
As I mentioned, the All-IFL kicker, and when you give him the opportunity to kick from the 20-yard line, he's going to get a touchback most of the time. So 16-0. What do you expect for the Lions and Chaim Schiff coming out here on the series?
I think they're looking touchdown or bust right now. They cannot punt the ball away. They got to get themselves back in this, give themselves some confidence. They have to score right now or else they're just going to fall in too deep of a hole.
Do you think this is, like many times they say in sports, that this is a do-or-die situation? Is this a do-or-die series and drive for the Lions?
I think so. I mean, it's early on in the game, early on in the season, but you know what? This is a big rival of theirs. They got to show that they're not going to just lie down and take points against the Rebels.
Here's Schiff under center, 2 men in the backfield, 1 wide out to the right. Let's see what Chaim does here. And the Rebels jump, and they're going to call a penalty. We'll see if there was encroachment. But in any case, the Lions are in a sticky jam, down 16-0 early in the first quarter.
Yeah, you know, if the Lions can score right now and hopefully get the 2-point conversion, they'll be down 16-8. Not terrible in the first quarter of a game.
Down 1 touchdown. They're only down 1 touchdown. Cut the lead in half. Cut the deficit in half, I should say. So great point there. Now that offsides was against the Rebels. So now it will be 2nd and 5. The ball marked at the 29-yard line in Jerusalem territory. And here's Schiff under center. Rebels show blitz. And it's a run, but met right away. Lower ball with the tackle.
That was almost a fumble. That was a bit of an early whistle, maybe.
Often someone beat Z. Harris. Happened that play. You talked about do or die drive. They got it, 16-6.
Yeah, I mean, Schiff put that ball only where his man could get it. Z. Harris is an excellent defensive back, and he just got beat on that play, and he just took it to the house for 6. Excellent play on that one.
Chaim Schiff, of course, was the MVP of the 2011-2012 year. That was back when the Lions went 10-0 in the regular season. Then they were blown out by the Tel Aviv Pioneers in the first round of the playoffs. That was Itai Ashkenazi and company against his former team. As I mentioned, the Lions have been winless in the playoffs for the last 4 years. They have not won a playoff game since 2010, trying to gain what they got a few years ago as that team with Itai. This two-point conversion is dropped. Dropped by Shmuel Halperin. Chaim had him wide open. Chaim then takes his hand and throws it down, upset that it's dropped. So our score is 16-6.
Yeah, I mean, they got the 6 points. They really should have had that extra 2-point conversion, but at least they got something to show for themselves, and they got a little confidence back, a little swagger, a little momentum. We'll see how they do on defense right now.
But I also mentioned that Yehuda Mashan is not coaching tonight. Again, Yehuda Mashan not here. Instead of Yehuda is David Simon. David Simon was the team's water boy, in fact, a few years ago. Had a mistake in the title, back in the title game. A few years ago, had a fumble, and now here is coaching tonight, so David Simon is the coach. Now, this football game in general is about momentum. So you go for being out 16-0, you give up an easy touchdown, you give up a kickoff return, you give up a safety, but just like that, a huge big play, shift to Schultz. What does that do for the team, Adam?
You know, they just got to build on it right now. Obviously, the offense is on the sidelines hoping the defense can get them the ball back. The defense has got to help their offense out a little bit and show that they're not going to just be pushovers tonight. They got to get the ball back from the Rebels, who definitely know how to score. So we'll see what they can do on defense.
All right. Something is happening over on the Rebels sideline. Okay, they're setting up to kick this ball off. So the rain has somewhat stopped at this point. But again, the field, I was on the field before the game, very damp. It is AstroTurf. What's it like playing on AstroTurf? I heard it's not a lot of fun.
Especially this field, it's you don't want to fall on it. You're going to get cut up. It's hard to get a lot of traction on this field if you don't have good spikes, and they're going to be slipping and sliding a little bit tonight. But they look like people have been standing up pretty well so far.
Chaim Schiff is also the kicker on the team. Low ball goes. He's going to have 6. Sorry about that. Jumped ahead. Tackle made by Gadi Midad, and we'll go to not Gadi Midad. We'll get the tackle in a moment. But it's first down at about the 15. Tell us about that play, Adam.
Yeah, it was just a perfectly thrown ball right where the receiver wanted it. Unfortunately, for the Rebels, he couldn't beat the defensive back all the way to the end zone, but they're pretty close right now. Rebels look very confident on the field.
Ofer Levine with the tackle. I apologize. Gani Midad, where's number 31, so I was confused there. Todd Warnick indicating to the clock staff they need to start the clock. Clock starts right away when the ball is down. This is live right now. It will also be shown on tape delay later on. So Midabrim Communications showing this game. Here's the kick from Zamir, this time back at his 10, so this is not going to be an automatic touchback, did go to the end zone. Schultz is the man returns it, and he takes his 22, good return at it, right?
Yeah, good return, gives them decent field position to start off this drive, and they got to do exactly what they did last time. They got to be quick, they got to be efficient, and they got to get in the end zone.
Is this again a do-or-die series? Because last series they were down 16 points, and now they're down 18 points. So do they have to touchdown or bust?
Well, at this point, for sure. It's not necessarily about the score, but it's really about showing that they can also score when they get out on the field with the offense. The Rebels have been on there. How many plays have they done? 6 maybe, and they already have a few touchdowns on the board. They're going to get past this Rebels defense.
So that play, perhaps a yard. We'll call it 1, and we'll go to 2nd and 14. And when we get a chance, we'll try to mention some of the new players in for the Rebels on defense. Number 80, David Eliraz, is coming to the ball game. He'll be playing somewhat center field, if you will. Not a little bit closer in. Here's Schiff. Pumps the screen pass. It's to Schultz. Ball intercepted by Z. Harris. Wow. He wasn't beaten again. He learned his lesson, and it's a turnover, Rebels ball.
You're not going to burn Z. Harris twice on the same play. He's going to take that ball out of the air and just show you what this Rebels defense can do.
So Schiff pump faked as if it was a screen pass, was trying to go to his man, Benjamin Schultz, underthrew the ball, and it was intercepted by Z. Harris. Z. Harris with a tackle that caused the interception, and now an interception. So the Rebels have gotten 2 turnovers, and part of the reason the dominance of this game, if you're just joining us, it's 24-6, Judean Rebels. Eastman and Weintraub, the wideouts on the right. Z. Harris, the man in the backfield. And here's Farkas and shotgun. Farkas, go to Eastman, it's caught. That ball was even a bit underthrown. Eastman stopped, popped, jumped in the air, caught. A gain of about game of the regular season live from Kraft Family Stadium. Todd Warnick, head referee, and this penalty is going to go against the Rebels, so the two-point conversion is no good, and our score 30-6, Judean.
I think he said, did you say it was good?
Leron Zamir again, the all-IFL place kicker. And here's Zamir's kick. This is high and deep. It's probably his best kick so far. Returned from the 1. This is being returned.
So about the 20-yard line.
Ofek Areli got up to the 24-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10. You know, we said last series was do or die. They throw an interception. This has to be. I mean, if they don't score here, the game's over, correct?
It's sure starting to look like that. They went twice on the same play, deep ball down the sidelines. Maybe they need to try to get short yardage, something over the middle, or maybe try the left side of the field that they haven't even gone to at all yet.
Now, you play for the Hammers, so you're going to play against both these ball clubs, but how scared are you of playing the Rebels at this point? They look like a juggernaut right now.
They just look extremely confident. They are having no problem scoring on the Lions, who are a strong team in their own right. So it's not too exciting to watch this right now.
All right, here go the Lions on 1st and 10. That play worked beautifully. Schultz with the reverse, and Schultz is taken down at the 25-yard line. They are in Rebels territory. That was probably the, outside of the touchdown, the best play the Lions had showed on offense.
Yeah, they worked the fake to the left side, to our near side here. They went the other way. The Rebels didn't pick it up fast enough. He got some nice yardage for the first down. That's what they need to do. They need to just move the ball, keep it in their own hands, and eventually end up in the end zone.
In on offense, try to get more protection, number 55, Rafael Adi. So here we go. You know, I was expecting to see more.
Line is getting through towards the quarterback, pressuring him a lot. They got to get the ball farther downfield, closer to the Rebels' end zone.
Charles Perez and Mika Goodman in for the Rebels on defense. Right now the Rebels really clicking on all sides outside of giving up that big touchdown play to Benjamin Schultz. They've really made very few mistakes. This time Chaim has 2 men in the backfield. Schiff rolls out right. He's got a lot of time. The ball is that it?
No,
no good. Okay.
Almost Z. Harris with his second interception of the game. Very close, but he's out of bounds.
Z. Harris, almost a second interception. Adam mentioned he caught the ball out of bounds, so dangerous. You would think not to throw near Z. Harris. Problem is you can't throw on the other side because Don Eastman's there. So it's a tough situation.
It's the message he's trying to portray right now to the Lions. He's saying, you're going to throw it to me, I'm going to pick it off. You know, they've gone to his side a few times already despite his coverage. Maybe they don't want to throw it to Eastman on the other side. They're going to have to mix things up a little bit.
I'm not sure what they can really do at this point. I hope you're getting mental notes ready to play this team because this is going to be tough. Now, of course, you play offensive line, so you'll have to go against this defense as well. This is the pitch.
Yeah.
And gain tackle by 3 yards. That run was made by Corin again.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the Rebels' defensive line is not going to give up. They play to the whistle. They play hard. They hit hard. If you're not going to seal them, you're not going to stop them, they're not going to let you run very far. How many yards was that? 3 maybe?
Yeah, maybe 3. T-Rod Corin about a 3-yard gain. And this is 4th down now, but they're going to go for it. Kind of a weird part of the field by Levine and Johnny McDonald. They're talking to each other. There's a lot of confusion in the Lions defense right now.
Yeah,
1, 2, 1.
Keep going to him until the Lions show that they can stop him out there.
They're going to give him the first down. They spot the ball at the 22, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 22. They need to get into the Lions territory for first down. Parks is having a pretty sensational game so far. This is a handoff and then a reverse. Now it's to Eastman. Eastman's running out right. He dodges 1 tackle, now dodges 2 spins. It was like a roller coaster there, Adam.
Yeah, Eastman has got tremendous speed once he gets to the outside. And, you know, if you're not going to tackle him properly, like we've seen it already a few times tonight, he's just going to keep going.
All right, I believe he got to the 20-yard line, so it's another 1st and 10. Clock rolling here. We're still in the first quarter, and it's 30-6, the Judean Rebels. Chance of defense from the Lions faithful who showed up in attendance today. Pretty fancy crowd here at Kraft Family Stadium trying to urge their team on. Adam, have you been in games where you're down 30-6 before?
Yeah, last season against the eventual champion
Sabres. That ball is intercepted. So the crowd noise works. This could be 6. Look at him go.
Excellent effort to get back and make that tackle because it looks like he was going to be gone into the end zone.
Yeah, we were expecting to call that 6. That interception
First down.
By number 80. It's not on the sheet, so I apologize about that. We don't know who got the interception. That's the Lions.
Okay, here we go. Shift 25 seconds.
One thing that I think is going to come into play is that a lot of the Rebels players, a few of them play both ways. And you think as this game goes on, even with the Rebels lead that they have now, you think that they're going to get tired a little bit. Maybe the Lions could use that in their favor.
All right, we're going to go to a sideline reporter in just about a minute, so stay tuned for that. Of course, first quarter winding down 30-6. That was a do-or-die series. It had the Lions gotten the touchdown and the 2 points I mentioned, only down 2 scores, but now they're staring at a tough situation. Although the Rebels don't have great field position, they're at their own 13. That's one thing for the Lions at least. They hand out to Uri Mengistu. The ball's fumbled. And is this going to be a safety?
It might call it down at the 1-yard line.
Okay. That was a huge break for the Lions. The Rebels, I think, are trying to be a little too fancy at this point.
They definitely are. Those plays have worked until this point, but the Lions are starting to hit. You know, there was a first game jitters that they weren't really into it as much as the Rebels were, and now they're hitting. They're causing the Rebels to feel the pain a little bit, and they got pushed back right up next to their own end zones.
All right, ball marked at the 2-yard line. They need to get to the 23 for the first down, so it is 2nd and 21. The Rebels are pinned back in their own territory, and I believe that is the end of the first quarter. Our score, the Judean Rebels 30. Oh, excuse me, it's a timeout. I'm sorry about that. Again, we don't have a clock here, so the Rebels call timeout. Blitz this time, though, the Lions do not. And this is, again, Farkas in the shotgun. Farkas is going in the middle of the field. The ball is almost intercepted by Levine. Trying to go to Weintraub as tended receiver. That ball really went nowhere, though, didn't it, Adam?
He was kind of hoping for a catch more than trying to make one happen, and you know that was almost picked off, but I think the Lions will take a 4th down with the Rebels on their own 2-yard line.
Pretty good series defensively for the Lions. Now in that situation, obviously you can't take a sack because that would be a safety, and you can't throw the ball to absolutely nobody because that is of course intentional grounding. That is the end of the first quarter. Our score, the Judean Rebels 30, the Jerusalem Lions 6. And we're going to go to our sideline reporter, I believe. We're going to our sideline reporter. No, it's fine. We're going to sideline reporter, right?
Yeah, sideline reporter.
Are they talking?
They were supposed to be. He has to tell you when. They were going to sideline reporter. They had no first quarter. They were on a timeout. They're waiting. No, they're not.
All right. Apparently we're not going to the sideline reporter, so we're going to continue. Adam, is this a lot of fun?
Yeah, this is great. I mean, the game has been exciting so far. It's picked up the pace a little bit. The Lions woke up.
All right. Okay. All right, so whenever Mission Control tells me to go to the sideline reporter, we'll go ahead and do that. All right, Zamir's going to kick on 4th down. Okay, Alana is in the booth. Are we gonna go to it?
Safety. What happened there?
Okay, we're going to Alana right now. Who's in the booth?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hi, we're here with first-time commissioner Batsala Friedman. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How does it feel for your first opening game of the season?
We're selling the call.
It's only our Jerusalem
Selling the
opener.
call.
We had our season
Stepped
opener
up back
Saturday
line out of
night
bounds.
in Tel Aviv. The Sabres against the Black Swarm, and it's great. You know, football's finally here, and we're excited.
And how do you feel about this game right now? The Rebels came in strong, and they look like they're taking a strong lead in the beginning.
Yeah, I expect this to be a tough match, and you know the Lions are certainly not going to quit at the beginning of the second quarter. So I expect to see them fight back, and I hope to be seeing a good game.
I heard you used to play for the Rebels. Is that, or the Sabres? Which team? The Lions? No,
I
neither.
played and coached the Rebels.
You played, okay, you did play and coach the Rebels, right, the first time, okay. And they're doing very well. What do you think about the rest of the game? How do you think it's going to go?
I think the Lions are gonna give a fight, and they're not shying away. The Rebels came out strong, but I look to see the Lions fight back.
And what about the expectations for the rest of the season? Any
Football.
leading prospects?
Football is fun, and we have fun football all around the country, and that's just great.
Thank you very much. Good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Your first season.
All right, we're back on. All right, thank you to Alana. Now, here is a situation that good sportsmanship to caught by Tover, and then Don Eastman gives it a pat saying good catch.
Yeah, they
Eastman,
play
a
on
classy
the
guy.
national flag football team together. These guys are buddies, even though they're rivals on the field right now. Great catch with tough coverage right there by Tover.
All right, getting some inside information from Adam, so there you go. All right, now it is 3rd and about 3, so they need to get to basically the 23-yard line for the first down, ball marked at the 20. This is 3rd and 3. Would you do a play action here, Adam?
Yeah, that could be a great play right now. They got to get the first down. The Rebels are probably thinking pass. We'll see what they're going to try to do to fake them out right now.
Schultz, the wide out to the left, being defended by Eastman. Schiff's going to hold himself and
Stripped.
fumble. Rebels ball. Schiff tries to make the tackle. Everything is going the Janaean Rebels' way, and they got the
Wow.
ball now at the Lions' 10.
Uriel Overbohm just took the ball out of his hands,
Like a
denied
grown
it.
man taking candy from a baby. That's what it looked like.
He is one of the toughest defensive linemen in this league. The Schiff tried to keep the ball for a quarterback sneak to get the first down. You only needed 3 yards. Completely manhandled by the Rebels defensive line, and now it's Rebels ball really close to the end zone.
Yeah, they're going to mark the ball at about the 10 and a half so they can get – actually, they're going to call this goal. They're going to call this 1st and goal, so it's either touchdown or a turnover on downs. Rebels up 30-6. Here's Donnie Eastman with the run, running out left, staying on his feet. Dodges tackle control, staying on his feet.
Wow.
He got in! Touchdown Rebels! What an impressive run for the reigning MVP.
Once again, they cannot tackle Donnie Eastman, and he's just making people look silly on the field.
That was embarrassing for the Lions defense. He danced through 5 Lion defenders and got in. That looks simple from Donnie. He made it look easy. And it's 36-6. Eastman will stay on and play quarterback for the 2-point conversion.
Wow. Really made that look easy. Come on.
I want to be Donnie Eastman. They need to sell Donnie Eastman jerseys.
Yeah, right?
He needs to make a Be Like Donnie commercial like Michael Jordan did. Here's Donnie 2-point in the center, as you talked about. That's dropped.
Late flag on the play.
Z. Harris getting a little upset with some of the Lions players. Z. Harris has a lot of passion. And I'll tell you, the Rebels in the Hanukkah Bowl did not let up. They scored 61 points. It was 61-6 is the final. They did not let up, and I don't think they're going to let up in this game. I don't think they're going to take the gas off the pedal, if you will. I don't know if that makes sense what I said. But the point is they're not going to let up, and they might score 80 points. If they can do it, they will do it.
Yeah, I mean, last year they made it all the way to the championship game, to the Israel Bowl, and they lost to the Sabres. This year they're going all the way. That's their mindset right now. That they're thinking championship, we're going to send a message right now to the league. The Lions are a strong team, but we're going to put up a ton of points on them.
All right, I'm getting told in the booth the gas on the pedal thing that didn't make a lot of sense. Now,
we won't hold it against you.
taking their foot off the pedal.
Right.
They won't take their foot off the pedal.
Foot off the gas.
Foot off the gas.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I got it. I went to Walter Cronkite. I got to get this right. Okay. So the story right now, 36-6. A lot of turnovers for the Lions. E. Harris with an interception and popped an interception. Donnie Eastman with a kickoff touchdown and a receiving touchdown and a running touchdown. So if he passes for one, that's not the hat trick, the all four corners, if you will. This kickoff by Zamir, he's got a great leg, folks. He kicks that ball off, automatic touchback. Lions will take over their own 15.
You know what happened on that last little series by the Rebels? We thought the Lions were really going to pick it up on defense as they did at the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter, and they just let up. They just let Eastman walk into the end zone essentially by not tackling him strong. There's still a whole half and a bit left in this game, but if they're going to tackle like that, the Rebels really could score 80 on them, like you said.
The record, there has been a game that's gone, I believe, to 100 points last year by the Sabres.
Yeah.
So that's the record for points in a game. Now, pace-wise, that means the Rebels, we need to score 14 more points in this half, which they very well could do. So we could see history today. It's possible. And the Rebels, part of the reason I believe they won't let up is this rivalry between them and the Lions. It took them a few years to beat the Lions. That's a late hit. Let's see if they call it. No flags.
Nope.
So the Rebels get away with one there.
Big blitz on the quarterback, but Tover was wide open over the middle and just dropped it. He's going to have to pick that up next time.
Yeah, he is. Over the flat. The middle's been open, it seems like, for both teams. Tover's got to take advantage of that, but we'll go to 2nd and 10. The ball marked at the 15, and they need to go to the 25 for the first down.
The Lions, have to do something. They got to start moving the ball down the field. They got to score. They got to do something against these Rebels.
Schultz, the wide out on the left, no man in the backfield, 2 wide outs to the right. Here's Heim backing up, pressured, ball caught by Schwartz over the middle. As I mentioned, the middle open, and he gets to about the 22.
Short of the first down still, but it's 3rd down and short again, just like we saw last series.
3rd and short. Of course, the last series the Lions were a part of, a fumble by Schiff. So I believe 3 turnovers for the Lions so far in this game.
Fans trying to get in and now and cheer their Lions on to get the first down.
Schwartz and Schultz, the wideouts on the right. Rebels jump. There's a flag.
Great play. They needed a few yards for the first down, and they're going to get it now with the offside by the Rebels defensive line. You know, it's interesting that they're chanting Jerusalem, the fans here, when both teams here are from Jerusalem, but this is kind of a Giants-Jets playing in the same field kind of thing.
Yeah. I heard interesting trivia that the second most amount of football games played in one season is, all time is Wrigley Field. The first, of course, Giant Stadium, because the Jets and Giants both play there.
Right.
As you mentioned, offsides is against the Rebels, so that's an automatic first down. One of the few mental mistakes we've seen for the Rebels.
Dead ball foul, false start. 78 on the
defensive line has been
defense,
strong.
5
They've been
yards,
putting a lot of
first
pressure
down.
on Schiff. That happens, offside. You got to be a bit more disciplined than that.
So they'll mark the ball at about the 26. And a brand new set of downs here, 1st and 10. Schiff, no wideouts on the right. He has 3 on the left, so trips left. Schiff goes to Schultz, defended by Z. Harris, 2 wide, and we'll go to 2nd down.
Too quick for him on that pass. He didn't run the route fast as quickly as he should have. The ball was there, but the receiver wasn't. It would have been a nice little play to the outside.
We're live from Kraft Family Stadium. It is 36-6 to Dan Rebels. In the midst of a blowout, a high-powered offense featured Donnie Eastman returning a kickoff for a touchdown, receiving a touchdown, running a touchdown, and also Farkas.
Oh, the players from the second game tonight
I'm sorry,
are showing
corrected
up.
myself. It's 38-8. I apologize. 38-8, not 36.
38-8.
38-8. Here's Schiff, and I'll hand this ball off. Tripped up is the runner.
Halpern.
That's Shmuel Halpern. Halpern gets almost to the midway point of the field. They'll mark the ball at about the 28, and it's 3rd and long.
If you're going to give a handoff to your tight end, you got to hope that he can get a few more yards than that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big guy. Sure, he's going up against defensive linemen, but they got to get some more yards if they're going to give it to a big boy on a handoff.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they were not hoping for, what just occurred, just a few-yard gain. And now the 3rd and long, pretty much a passing down. Now, they surprised me the last time they were in this part of the field on 4th down that they punted it, and actually it worked out good for the Lions. So I don't know if this is 4-down territory. We'll see if we find out. If we get that situation. Trips left again. Schultz, pump fakes. Now he goes to right. It's Tover. Caught!
Oh, wow.
What a great catch.
Almost dragged him into the end zone, but a great tackle there to prevent a touchdown.
That was a nice-looking play. They have trips left, but he doesn't throw left. He throws to the one wide out on the right. Tover with the catch, and they're in 1st and goal.
Tover's he's a great player. He's an American. He knows football. He's a big guy. He's playing the tight end. The Schiff put that ball exactly where he needed it to be. Little over-the-shoulder catch. And it's 1st and goal right now.
Tover beat Ellie Mendelwitz there on the defense, and now the Lions on the doorstep of touchdown number 2. If they can get the touchdown in the 2-point, you're looking at 38-16. Still, it's a 3-touchdown deficit if that occurs, but it's still somewhat striking distance. Here's Schiff. Schiff's being brushed. The ball is dropped.
Schiff had a receiver wide open in the middle of the end zone. Didn't even look at him. That would have been a very easy touchdown.
Schiff went the wrong way. He went right, and nobody there to make the catch. Ball intended for number 85, Alan Tover. Tover, again, that catch that set up the 1st and goal here. Now it's 2nd and goal.
Yeah, it looked like the coaches were trying to give him the touchdown after he made a great catch to get them within 1st and goal. But the quarterback's got to have his head on a swivel. He's got to look for those open receivers.
All right, so here we go on 2nd goal. Again, we're in the 2nd quarter. 38-8 is the score. Judæan Rebels with the lead. Schiff has 2 wideouts on the right and a wideout on the left. Schultz is running the center route. They still try to go to the tight end. That's touchdown's good.
Quick
That
throw
was an
over the
interesting
middle.
play. This time they get it to Tover. Tover catches it. And it is 38-14.
You know, what's interesting is that the Lions have had a lot of success running the ball so far this game, and they're not even showing it when they were at 1st and 2nd and goal. With a few short yards, they maybe kind of try to punch it in, but they went over top to their tight end, and he scored the 6 points.
As we talked about, the centers open for both teams throughout the game, and they took advantage of there. 38-14, of course, is the score right now. 2-point conversion underway. And same setup as before. 2 outs on the right and 1 on the left. That ball broken up by Donnie Eastman. The 2-point conversion is no good. And our score, the Judæan Rebels 38 and the Jerusalem Lions 14 here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, Eastman just got in front of that ball. The Lions are a bit lucky that he didn't pick it up and burn them down the sidelines for a pick 6, but prevents a 2-point conversion, and the Lions only get 6 there.
Reminder that this game is brought to you by Midabrim Communications. Midabrim Communications bringing this game live from Kraft Family Stadium, and for those watching it on a tape delay, we hope you're in a warmer climate than we are. It is a bit chilly, raining a lot throughout the Jerusalem day. And Sharon is, for the Rebels, pointing something. I thought he was pointing at us, but he was not.
Pointing at the player manager from my team, Gilad Shoham.
Well, they might be doing some trash talking with this type of lead, but they still going to have to close this deal. A lot of time left to go. It is 38-14, but a whole half plus some change in the 2nd. Here's Matan Levy with the kickoff. High and deep. Z Harris returns it from his own end zone. No pitch back this time. He's going to take it himself. He runs out to his left side, crosses through, cuts, and he's going to have a touchdown, folks. He beat the kicker, Matan Levy. That was impressive. In about 6 seconds, gets the touchdown that they coughed up. There is a flag on the field.
Will it come back? Maybe a block in the back.
A lot of times when the runner is that easily close to the end zone, there is a block in the back. Wow, Z Harris made that look easy, though. I think they're pulling up. Let's see here.
I think it's a block in the back.
We're thinking a block in the back. Got to be done talking to some of the referees.
You know, Eastman and Z Harris, if they're just going to be able to run back kicks like this, the Rebels are going to score a ton of points this year.
Yeah.
The teams right now who are here watching, teams that are filming, watching the tape delay, they're going to have to learn to adjust to these two guys. They're athletic, they're fast, they break tackles.
We're going to re-kick. We're going to re-kick.
This is game 1 of a doubleheader. Now, we won't be broadcasting the second
22
game,
on the receiving team left the field to play during the play. 76.
They're going to re-kick this ball.
Oh, wow. Just a second.
I don't understand that call.
Kick again.
All right, so the offsetting penalties, Sharon, we just talked about him. He pointed, and he got called for a face mask, so one of the Lions players, and they're going to re-kick. So the touchdown from Z Harris pulled back, a huge break for the Jerusalem Lions.
They're not using a ball.
They're not using a tee, yeah.
They're just going to kick it as if it's a field goal right now. See how this works out for the Lions.
This is not such a good kick, but it bounces Z Harris at the 8. Z Harris tried to go the same place he did last time. He really wants this touchdown to show they can't pulled away. He stayed on his feet. I think he's going to get it.
Oh,
yes, he
wow.
will. That was
Wow.
incredible. You knew it was coming, folks. You knew it was coming.
I just said it a minute ago. They got to tackle this guy. He's going to score on them every time he gets the ball. He is a football player. He's not just some guy who puts on a helmet. He's a football player. If they don't hit him with the body or put 2 arms around him, he's going to burn them every single time.
So those are points 44. And speaking of Z Harris, as I mentioned last week during the Hanukkah Bowl, Z Harris is set to try out for the Combine in February. So this guy may play professional football, NFL, or could be the CFL. And you saw some of that. He gets a kickoff return. They take it away, so he just gets it again.
Yeah, he's got the talent. He's got the speed. He's athletic. If you don't tackle him correctly, it's 6 points on the board.
We were speaking about the 100-point situation. The Rebels will most likely get to 50 by the time we reach halftime. They're at 44 points right now. 2-point conversion coming up. Fade. Ball caught. There's a flag.
And no, it might be a pass interference, but then the extra point will, the 2-point conversion will count.
Weintraub with the catch. Weintraub's had some very nice catches. 2-point conversion is good. Signaled by Todd Warnick. It's 46-14.
Wow.
Did you think we'd see that score?
Not even a little bit. I mean, maybe as a final score, but not with minutes left to halftime. I mean, that is just ridiculous right now.
Rebels got to feel very confident and very surprisingly happy. Perhaps they didn't think it was a surprise that they have this big of a lead. But you're talking about, I mean, the Sabres last year, the first team, go undefeated in the IFL. The Rebels may be eyeing the undefeated mark as well.
Yeah, and you know,
I know your team will have something to say about that.
I'm not going to say anything about that right now, but I think from a positive point for the Lions right now, they're happy this is happening to them in the first game of the season. You know, they're going to work on a lot of fundamentals after this. I'm sure practice this week is going to be really tough.
Very brutal. I see a lot of running.
Yeah, for sure. Running, hitting, Oklahoma drills, stuff like that. They got to, they're going to work out the kinks, but it's better to happen now than in March.
When here's Zamir at the kick, and again, it'll sail out of bounds. That's a touchback, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the 15. When your team was blown out by the Sabres, what was practice like afterwards the following week?
We played that game on a Saturday night. We had practice 2 days later on Monday. I'm pretty sure we hit each other for 2.5 hours. That's all we did. Just back, getting our aggression up, showing up, 110% football, all that stuff, because we just got beat on stupid plays. Our heads weren't in the game. It was 2 undefeated teams going head-to-head, and we just let them have it. So
I was at that game, and it actually was competitive at the beginning. Then the Sabres just really blew the door open. But the feeling from the coaching staff after blowout loss, is it to get angry at the team or to try to pump up and get their confidence back up?
It's a bit of both.
Okay.
They try to see what they can do in order to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Here's Schiff going out deep. Ball intercepted.
Oh, wow.
That's Donnie Eastman. What a shock. The Rebels just can't be stopped on either side of the field right now, Adam.
Eastman and Z Harris all over the stat sheet, both sides of the ball. It doesn't look like they're getting tired at all, making plays happen.
I brought this up to Sharon before the game about pulling Donnie Eastman during blowout wins, and Sharon told me he's Donnie. He doesn't come out of games. He doesn't want to. You take the good with the bad.
Yeah, I mean, why not? He's had an MVP season already under his belt. He's going to look to try to do it again. He's having a great game tonight to start off the season. He's going to want to play the whole time. I
don't know what the record is for interceptions in the season, but Donnie and Z Harris may both tie and get it. Something I've lost track about the interceptions that they both have.
Z has 2.
Okay,
we know that.
Donnie has 2 also?
At least 1, because we just saw it
All
there.
right, Michigan Control can get the stats on that. Donnie has 2, we're being told. Okay, Donnie has 2. 4 interceptions combined between Donnie Eastman and Z Harris.
4 interceptions, 2 fumbles, at least, for the Lions.
Right, one was taken right out of Heinz Schiff's hands. So
that's what the coaches are going to focus on. 6 turnovers, at least in the first half. That's inexcusable.
And this, I believe, is a timeout by the Rebels again. There's Coach Eastman in the middle talking to his team as Kine runs to the sideline. So after the blowout loss, you're saying it's a mixture of both. Being happy with the team to pump up their confidence, but also being upset that they gave up the blowout.
I think it depends. Our blowout loss last year was the second last game in the season. And at that point, we're already in the playoffs. We can't make mistakes like that. Right now, they're saying, okay, we'll take the loss. It was rough, but we're going to work stuff out, and we'll come back big next week.
5:02 left here in the first half. Lions jumped, I believe. Perhaps the Rebels enticed them. I'm hearing don't listen to the quarterback from the Rebels players.
Watch the ball. Always watch the
Good
ball.
ball, foul,
Defensive linemen,
offsides.
offensive linemen.
75
those are mistakes. The
on the
penalty yards.
defense,
The coaches,
5 yards,
they
first
hate
down.
that kind of stuff. You can't let that happen. Losing 5 yards here and there, it kills you on this field.
Especially this part of the field, right? 22-yard line is where it's marked. They need to get 5 more yards. Gotta be done trying to blitz. That was effective before. Farkas going to the center of the field. It's open.
Good tackle.
For him. Weintraub with another good catch. And the center of the field we see again is open, right, Adam?
Yeah, over the middle once again. You know, the Lions just played too far back on that one on the defensive backs, the safety, and he was wide open for a first down catch.
So it is first down just outside of goal territory, so the Rebels can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Ball marked at about the 12. Weintraub stays in the game. Excuse me, no, he is pulled out of the game. Apologize about that. Farkas hands the ball off. We'll get this gentleman's name in a moment. Pick
Wow,
up
that
about
was a fast run. He is quick. They got to use him to run the ball a bit more.
Yes, indeedy. That ball was by Ari Levine, ran by Ari Levine, so he picks up a couple of yards. And we'll go to second at about 7.
Levine is still in the game. Maybe the Rebels are going to change up a bit, try to run. They've been passing most of the game so far.
Just to kind of work on the running game, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, figure why not? They're getting touchdowns in the air.
Goes back to Levine. You're right there. Picks up about another 3 yards. Then we'll go to third at about 4. See if they give a generous spot. Could be a little bit closer than that.
When they're first, second, and goal or starting from the 12-yard line, plays like that, 3-4 yard runs, they're just going to get them close to the end zone. They'll take that every time.
Now, when you were on the sideline during the blowout, what's the feeling of the team? Do you lie to yourself and say we still have a chance? I mean, what's the emotions of the team?
Well, you know, I mean, football, anything can happen.
And football's a very emotional
and
game.
Football, 100%. And the momentum can switch in a second. And you just got to say we're playing till the end of the game, and that's it. It doesn't matter if we're losing by 20 or 1 point. You got to keep going. You got to hit hard, and you got to try to get the ball back.
All right, well said there. This time they're going to pass on third down. Ball intercepted.
Oh, wow.
This
He's
could
got
be a
some
touchdown,
room.
Adam.
Oh.
It tripped up. That was a touchdown-saving tackle, correct?
Yeah, it seems like he had the whole sideline to work with right there. Great tackle to save the pick 6. 76, we're being told, is being looked at on the sidelines. That's Sharon.
Yep.
76 on the lines, excuse me.
Oh, 76 on the lines.
Over there in the corner.
That's okay, we'll get that name in a moment.
I believe that's one of their big linemen.
All right, he's not listed on this sheet, so we don't know who that is, but obviously I'll put a forward label to him. See if it's on your sheet, I don't know. All right, there's a lot of confusion. They're calling this a
During the run back, we had holding on 17 on the offense.
Yehuda Gutman.
On the receiving team, it's a safety.
How do they call a safety if it's intercepted?
They just called a safety. Well, I am confused.
He picked that off in the end zone. Should be a touchback if they're going to call it anything, not a safety. That's an interesting call. I don't really understand that.
Okay, I've got what happened for mission control. Apparently, there was a holding penalty that was made while the receiving team was in the end zone, so that's considered a safety. But my question is, that should be a touchback, shouldn't it?
That's what I was thinking as well. I'm not exactly sure about that one.
I understand it was called a safety, but I'm saying I think it should be called a touchback. I think that was a mistake by the referees. We're hearing that's not a safety from people up here on the rooftop.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. Rebels get 2 points in the ball back. Things are not going well for the Lions right now.
Yeah, that is an understatement. So they get to points 48, and the Rebels will get the ball back. They have about 4+ minutes to work with to try to get a touchdown and get over 15 points.
The Lions are kicking right now to the Rebels.
Lions will be kicking.
Lions players are pleading with the commish right now to try to understand what exactly happened on that play.
Wow, there is actually a Lions player that walked all the way across the field to the commissioner. That was Rafalowitz.
We're going to have to see about that one afterwards. That is.
I see Steve Leibowitz talking about it. He's president of the AFI. It's not like that would decide the game, but still, you don't want a bad call. Here's Todd Warnick come out to center. I'll be quiet and let Todd talk if he is going to address the audience. No, apparently he is not. Oh, here we go. I'm still very confused, Adam.
He said that the penalty was called in the end zone, and therefore it's a safety, and then there's an additional flag for an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Lions, pushing their kick back further. So, tough break. That's just nothing really you can say about that. The Lions, nothing going right for them right now.
They get an interception and it goes against them. Todd Warnock definitely deserves benefit of the doubt. He's the best of the business. Perhaps that is the rule in the IFL that if the penalty's made in the end zone, it's not a touchback and it is a safety. All right, so
timeout now for the Rebels, I believe. Their Coach Eastman's on the field.
Here's Gotti Midad. He's going to run to the field.
He was the one who the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty was just called against him.
Right. It was against Gotti Midad. He's still very livid and upset. He's screaming in Hebrew. All right. Most of choice language.
Tensions are high for the Lions right now. They did not. I'm sure they didn't expect to be in a game like this at this point. Are the Lions getting the ball at the second half? I believe so.
Yeah, the Rebels, I believe, called timeout, and now they'll be set to return this kick. It is on a safety. Instead of kicking from the 10, they kick it from the 5 and off a tee. Actually, it should be a drop kick, but they're going to do this off a tee. Matan Levy will kick in just a few moments. 48-14 is the score. The Rebels with the lead. And I'll tell you, the Lions will complain about that play, but that's not why they're losing. They're losing because they're playing a better football team right now.
100%, and they're just not playing the way they should be playing. They have a great team. They showed that in the preseason and the Lightning tournament.
This ball is kicked out of bounds. That's a penalty. And the rule, usually with an out-of-bounds kick on kickoff, it goes to the 25-yard line. This ball went ahead of the 25-yard line. So we'll see will they mark it at this point. They could get a generous mark.
Looks like it so far. Looks very close to midfield.
And we really could see history today, Adam. I was kind of joking when I brought that up. But
I just can't believe that would happen against the Lions. You know, everyone's really thinking they're a contender, top 3 or 4 team in this league. And they're just getting absolutely manhandled. I mean, nobody saw this coming.
The 100-0 game was the Sabres versus an expansion team.
Yeah.
Not the Rebels versus Lions. And the fans try to yell Yerushalayim to pump up their team. They were going to mark the ball in Lions territory at the 29.
I think that's a favorable spot. I don't think it was that close.
This ball goes to Uri Mengistu. Mengistu's being horse tackled. Let's see if they call anything.
Very close to a face mask, and the referee was right there.
He got lucky. Gotti Midad very mad. Of course, again, as we mentioned, it called for the unsportsmanlike, and the referee just pointed at Gotti Midad, and Gotti Midad points up like, what did I do? But in any case, a good movement of yards. Ball goes to the 20-yard line, and it'll be second and short. Chance of let's go Big Blue now from the fans. 48-14 is the score. Shotgun formation for Farkas. He's going out to Kramer. Kramer's got it.
Oh.
No, he dropped it. I thought he had it in his hands and then dropped it. Defense
Farkas
made by Schiff and Levine. Sorry, go ahead, Adam.
Sorry, the Farkas is loving that big arcing throw to his receivers deep on the sidelines. I think the Lions defensive backs are picking up on it a little bit. They're not going to get burned by that anymore. He's going to have to throw a better pass.
Yeah, he's going to have to throw more on a line drive. And now it is third and short. First down marked at about the 18-yard line. 3rd and 2. Weintraub in, a wideout on the left, 2 wideouts to the right.
Whoa!
That's Abrams.
Abrams is big, and he just bowled over the Rebel center, Sharon.
Sharon is not happy about that. He was telling me before the game he's going against Mike Abrams. This is Mike's first regular season. He's a big guy. He's played football before, but IFL first
Dead
game.
ball foul, 75 on the defense. First down.
First down for the Rebels with that one.
One penalty.
He drew him offside, though.
What?
He drew him offside.
No, he didn't.
All right, so this ball is an offsides, obviously, against the Lions. And so the ball is going to be marked at the 15, automatic first down. So now it's 1st and 10 from the 15. Lions show blitz. Here's Farkas. He's got a lot of time. Caught! Touchdown, Rebels! He split the needle and beat Levine. The Rebels can't be stopped right now.
You know, they're just can't tackle. I don't know what else to say. The Lions cannot tackle. You know, that was a great catch over the middle, but he should have been down at the 2-yard line.
That was by David Archovsky. David Archovsky was part of the title-winning team back in 2010, 2011. Here he gets on the board, and it's 54-14. They crossed 50 points before halftime, and still some time to go.
Unbelievable. I don't know what to say. I mean, the Lions are not showing up. That's it. I mean, they have 14 points on the board, but they're just not showing up on defense.
One of the Lions will even show up on the field in the second half. Here's the two-point conversion. Eastman complete to Weintraub. Two-point conversion is good. Weintraub beats Schiff. 56-14, Adam.
42-point lead with a few minutes to, how many? 2 minutes to go, you think? 2-3 minutes before the half?
Yeah, approximately at that time. I just don't know what to say. I will be very speechless, I think, throughout the second half.
Yeah, I mean, going into halftime, I can't even imagine what's going through the Lions coaches' heads right now. They're going to have to do something to, you know, wake up their team a little bit. The offense isn't doing much. Defense isn't doing much. I mean, the Rebels are seemingly scoring at will right now.
David Simon again coaching today, so he'll be talking to the team at halftime. I don't know really what you could say other than hang in there and try to make the tackles.
They look a bit in shock themselves, the Lions defense.
All right, we're going to go to the – okay. All right, guys, after the kick, we will go to Alana, who's with Commissioner Freeman, to talk about that safety. All right. We're going to send it over to Alana. Alana, take it away with the Commissioner.
Hi, we're with Basal again. We want to know, what was the safety that just happened on the Lions? Will you explain it to us?
Sure. What happened is that the Lions intercepted the ball. Rafaelowitz intercepted the ball, and therefore they had possession in their own end zone. And then someone on their team, if I remember correctly, it was number 17, committed a penalty, whether it was a holding or something, in the end zone. And a penalty you commit in your own end zone is a safety against you.
Thank you very much, and there you have it.
All right, we're back. So you heard the explanation from Commissioner Batsalo Freeman. Here's Hyde Ship. This is first attempt from the 15. Oh, my God. I don't even want to read that text. We're being texted. This is a very interactive game, so people are texting us, of course, on our phones during this game. That was a nasty insult to the Lions players.
Yeah, good thing he's not on the field playing against him.
Yeah, it's easy to text. It's hard to get on the field and then bang against the guy. Anyways, that play was about 2 yards, so we'll go to second and down. Lions in a tough spot. This goes to Baton Levy. Baton is tackled by Donnie Eastman, the lead tackle, short of the first down, so it'll be third and about 1.
The Lions are running the ball again. You got to give them a bit of respect to keeping the ball on the ground instead of just trying to go deep and score points.
Third and one.
Their game right now, you know, like I said, first game of the season. They want to get things going. Hopefully they'll make a better series right now than they have in the past.
56-14 if you're just joining us. It's a blowout right now. Judaian Rebels with the lead, of course. Here's Chaim Shift in the shotgun formation. 2 men in the backfield. And we hear a whistle. Somebody jumped. Reminder, this game is being brought to you by Midabrim Communications.
Yep. Ball placement was wrong, apparently.
Huh. All right.
Big blue chants from the field right now.
Yeah,
try to get the
crowd
Lions.
is very loud. Capacity crowd here at Kraft Family Stadium.
I'm a bit surprised that the Rebels, who are also technically a home team here, don't have more fans in the stands.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. It's a great point. Seen more Lions jerseys than anything else. Here's Chaim in the shotgun formation. Rebels show blitz. Chaim does a screen pass. That's going to nobody. And that's incomplete. And we'll go to fourth down. Fourth and short. And they're going to go for it. What a shock. Only
How much
about a
time
yard
is left in the half? Do we know exactly?
If Michigan Control could tell us how much time is left in the half, we'd appreciate it. All right, so we'll find out that momentarily here.
Rain's starting to come down again a little bit in Kraft Stadium. Is it rain or is it snow? It looks like a bit of both right now.
Wow.
Gets pretty cold here.
It's pretty. 30 seconds to halftime. Ball on the flat. That's caught.
Wow.
And tackling the Rebel sideline.
That was very close to being a broken play. The Lions quarterback, ran into his own guy managed to roll out and make the play for a first down. Great poise by the quarterback right there.
Ball was caught by number 89, but he's not listed on the sheet, so he can't get credit on this broadcast. Sorry about that. So let's see if the Lions can get one quick touchdown before halftime. They don't have a lot of time to work with, but it is right now 56-14. And still the chance of Big Blue.
Not exactly sure what that chant was.
I don't understand that either. Zaltman is in on the wide on the right.
Oh,
that ball's intercepted.
Wow.
And here he goes.
What?
That ball was returned by the Rebels.
Quarterback of the
Number
Lions.
6, Mika Goodman.
I mean,
So the Rebels are the ones who get the touchdowns before halftime.
unbelievable. I mean, he just gave him that touchdown. Schiff, the quarterback, trying to make a play after on the tackle, and looked like he just gave up. I mean,
We may have lost track, but we counted 2 interceptions for both Z. Harris and Donnie Eastman. That's 5th, 5 interceptions, plus the 2 fumbles,
yeah.
7 turnovers. So it's 60. Now the chance of Donnie. So, and that's from the Lions fans. So 62-14.
12 seconds left? I mean, you know, there's about seconds left on the clock until halftime right now.
That 2-point conversion, no good. One of the few mistakes Donnie made. Ball a little low, and it's 62-14. So last week they scored 61 in the whole game at halftime. Before halftime,
That was against the Kings. The Kings
in the Hanukkah Bowl.
Yeah. Just about halftime right now, and you know, 7 turnovers at least. That's what we just calculated right now. Could be more. 7 turnovers for the Lions at the half is just terrible. Can't win games like that. I'm sorry, but it's not going to cut it in this league against the Rebels, against teams that are strong and can put the ball in the end zone.
All right, at halftime, we're going to have a special play. This is with Uriel Wayne. Yeah, Uriel Wayne. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to halftime. We're gonna switch back. Okay, so that kickoff goes as a touchback again from Liran Zamir. Very few kicks have not gone as a touchback for Zamir. And 62-14. Almost lost track of the score.
It seems a bit ridiculous. I mean, this is a score that you might expect from the Rebels at the end of a game, just like in the Hanukkah Bowl.
Even then, it's still impressive.
It's definitely impressive.
The
and
score
at,
in a whole
at
game.
half, 62 points. I don't even.
On pace for 124 points.
And we're still seeing the starters in the game right now.
Yeah. Like I said, the Rebels won't let up on the gas.
Yeah, I mean, with the rivalry against the Lions, it seems like they're really trying to send a message.
Schiff looks like he's going to take a knee here. No, he won't. Pump fakes. Oh, what a hit.
Big hit. Oh!
Wow. Was that another fumble?
That looked like a fumble to me. I don't know.
Jay Hespien picked up the ball, saying that he recovered it.
Jay Hespien, that's his older brother's fantasy football name in my league.
That's right. I know Jay Hespien for a while. He was on the title team as well, by the way, when he was 18 years old.
1 second left on the clock. That was very nearly the second strip fumble from this game. Not strip on the ball. We're talking taking the ball out of his hands by a defender player, and just running it back. But the Lions retain possession with 1 second left.
All right, 1 second left. And they're not going to kneel it. They're going to – it's almost dangerous, I think, to run a play because the Rebels could take this back. But they're going to do it anyway. 62-14, 1 second left. And
it's getting loud in the stadium with 1 second, and there's a whistle.
Schiff pitches this back. That's Corey. Oh, manhandled by JSPN. Drives on the ground. All right.
We'd like to introduce a new player for the Jerusalem Midabrim Lions, 10-year-old Uriel Wade. Now you should know that Uriel is more of a warrior than anyone you see on the field. Uriel is 10 years old and he's battling a serious disease. And we in the IFL, the Jerusalem Lions, want to help Uriel in his fight against his illness.
All right, Uriel scored a touchdown. Touchdown, Uriel Wayne. Uriel, I think they really should suit him up and have him play for the Lions.
Yeah. Hey, he looked good out there. At this point, they can use all the help they can get.
All right, this is a touching story by Uriel Wayne. Is a 10-year-old little boy who has leukemia and needs a bone marrow transplant. He's of Asian and Yemenite descent, so it's hard for him to find a person who could give him that bone marrow transplant. So it's a very touching story, and he's been part of the Lions. You can find out more information at the Lions website, and of course he gets a touchdown at halftime. So very touching and impressive that they do that for Uriel Wayne. So Mizrahi Hashem will get a bone marrow transplant as soon as possible, obviously.
Yeah, it was great to see. You know, these teams are fighting right now in a tough game, and both of them come over to cheer him. It's a really nice moment just
really
there.
Gives you perspective, because the Rebels are really struggling, but you see what life's important things about life.
Right,
really.
exactly. All right, we're at halftime.
All right, we're going to take a break. This is the IFL here on Midabrim Communications. Our score, the Judean Rebels 64, the Jerusalem Lions 14, and we'll be back after this. Okay, we're back here. Here comes Z Harris, and he will have another touchdown. Adam, just like that. We just got up here to our broadcasting seats, and Z Harris gets a touchdown at the beginning of the first half, so that's 70 points. After the two-point conversion, we will go to Alana, who has a very special interview coming up with Uriel. Excuse me, with Yossi Franco will have an interview with Uriel coming up. So in Hebrew, that'll be after the two-point conversion. Right now it's 70-14.
I mean, that was almost too easy once again.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was tackling and just kind of got up and brushed it off and kind of jogged his way into the end zone.
You know, if you're going to tackle him, you got to make it count. And Z is going to just take it to the house every time.
Donnie Eastman is the quarterback of the two-point conversion. Weintraub, the wideout to the left, along with Tony Kramer. Z Harris, the wideout to the right. Donnie's going to take it himself.
Oh.
Stay on his feet. He is.
There's a flag down.
There's a flag. And that's a face mask. So
Personal foul, face mask, 75, half the distance to go. We're going to run the play
all right,
again.
so that is a face mask. That's against the Lions. So the ball is moved up to the 1 yard line. We're going to do this two-point conversion, and then again we'll go to Yossi.
Kings and Troopers preparing on the sidelines for the second game of this double.
You know what? Lucky for the Lions, the scoreboard doesn't work. It would be a brutal thing to see up there, 70-14. Here's two-point conversion coming up, and I think they 68-14. God, it was profit, I guess. 70-14. We're now going to go to Yossi with a very special interview. Take it away, Yossi.
שלום אוריאל, מה נשמע?
בסדר.
איך? שמעתי שאתה אוהב לשחק פוטבול, נכון?
כן.
אתה אוהב רק לשחק או אתה אוהב המשחק עצמו?
שתיהם.
שתיהם, מה עדיף לך?
לשחק.
לשחק. בן כמה אתה?
עושה 11 בפורים.
לא שומע?
עושה 11 בפורים.
וואלה. תגיד לי משהו. יש, יפה מאוד. איך זה להיות פה?
כיף.
כיף, okay. And we're heading back to Ari.
Okay, here we are. We're back. Back here in the start of the second half. Rebels have a quick touchdown and two-point conversion touchdown returned by Z Harris. We'll talk about some of the stats. We looked at the first half stats in a moment after this play. This is 1st and 10 from the 15. Here's Schiff. And this is a run. Try to get that in a moment. Tackle, lost about a yard. You know, Adam, when we looked at the stats, it wasn't that the Rebels were so dominant in stats as far as first downs, passing yards, running yards, but they're up 70-14 because of the turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Chaim Schiff, the Lions core killing the Lions. It's a lot of special teams play for the Rebels, Eastman and Z on the kick returns, and the turnovers obviously are just dooming the Lions tonight.
All right, Brill is in the game right now. Danny Brill. Of course, Shia Brill plays for the Rebels. He just got engaged, so it's all up to him. Here is Chaim Schiff, and they're going to fake it to Danny Brill. Schiff is pumping deep. He's got Schultz. Schultz caught it. He already has a touchdown in this game.
Big
hard tackle by Donnie Eastman, yeah. That ball was caught at the 22-yard line. So we first talk about that tackle, Adam.
I mean, Donnie Eastman, you know, he's doing what the Lions are not doing to him. He's preventing extra yardage after the catch. You know, Schultz makes the catch. It's a great play, but Donnie Eastman's making sure he's not going anywhere afterwards. Hard tackle showing that the Rebels still mean business in this third quarter.
Again, that 100 points is in sight. They're at 70 right with us here on Midabrim Communications. Here's Schiff. He's got two men in the backfield, and that's a run. Maybe a pickup about 2. We'll go to 2nd and 8.
The running game not working so far in the second half for the Lions. It was, you know, decent in the first half. They're still trying to pound it on the ground, so we'll see if they keep doing it again. They're within striking distance, but maybe they'll keep it in the running game.
They keep going to Timothy Schultz on the running, and he picked up about 2 yards there. So we'll go to 2nd and 8. With the Lions here, would you try to maybe now do a play action after the run by Schultz? Excuse me, by Schultz, yes.
Yeah, that would be a great time for a play action right now. I don't know if the Rebels are thinking, and it looks the safety is in tight. There's, they have a deep pass open. We'll see what they do.
This is to Schultz on a reverse.
The other Schultz.
Yes, Benjamin Schultz. Good run there from Benjamin. I believe it is short of the first down, depending on where they mark it. Has had a couple of good reverse runs and gets some yardage there.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. The Lions, they're still sticking to their game plan with the running game. And we'll see what happens here on 3rd down.
All right, that's the Tover. Tover up the middle. It's a fumble. Is it recovered in the end zone? So it's a touchdown. Yes. A fumble that works to the advantage of the Lions this time, and the Lions get 6. They get to 20 points.
Oh, wow. They got lucky on that one. They almost had another turnover in this game. They get the 6 points. They need this 2-point conversion. They're still very far behind, but they can, maybe there's still a lot of time left. They can claw back, make it a little bit,
make it respectable.
Respectable, save their dignity.
They're down 70-20. They're not winning the game, but can they make it respectable? That's the issue, and it's about pride at this point too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, if they do win this game, it might be the greatest win in IFL history.
I think it'd be the greatest win ever on planet Earth.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they can do now. Split backfield for the Lions.
All right, we don't know who recovered that football, but it was a touchdown for the Lions. So 70, I missed the 2-point conversion.
So did I. It happened really quickly.
It happened really quick. We apologize about that. Right now, I believe it is 70-20.
Number 76 for the Rebels, Sharon, still jawing it here to the fans on the sideline.
All right, we'll try to get the score for you in a moment. Right now, it's we'll call it 70-20. 70-22. The 2-point conversion was good. Okay.
All right.
Here's Baton Levy kicking after the touchdown and the 2-point. So a little momentum for the Lions here at the start of the second half. Lions might point and say if they win the second half, that's what they might take into practice. Here's Eastman returning from his own end zone. Jogs this up to the 20. Now puts on a burst of speed. He's got one man to beat. I think he's going to get this at him. Got to be down, chase it down.
Man.
Too easy for God Eastman. And got to be down kicks the pylon at the end of the end zone.
Lucky he didn't get a flag on that one.
There is a flag down at the 22-yard line.
Now we might see a block in the back. I mean, it did seem kind of easy despite Eastman's
skill. It's been easy all day, but all night. But maybe it was a bit easier. Looks like this is coming back. Ty Warnick will come and address us.
On the return, 78, block in the back, 10 yards from the spot,
block
be
in
first
the back,
down.
It's coming back, so not another touchdown for Eastman on the special teams.
Yeah.
So I have to try to do it through the air or through his legs.
10 yards from here.
Which hasn't been a problem yet.
Mr. 78 with the block. You just hit him right
70
in the back.
to 22 right now.
In the movie.
Here
It's
in
on
the
the
third
internet.
quarter.
Yeah. There are a few other things on the internet I want to tell you about, too. No.
When the special teams is working this well,
First
it
down.
really doesn't matter what happens on offense and defense. I mean,
It's
it seems
first
like
down. Let's go. Bring it.
seems like the Rebels right now are just getting a ton of points through their special teams with Z. Harris and Donnie Eastman. So why not, right?
Defense, come on.
All right, I'm a little confused why the Lions start all the way their own end zone. I've never seen the Lions blown out like this. I've covered this league for about 4 or 5 years. I've never seen a Lions take... There was the blowout against the Pioneers in the playoffs back in 2012. That was pretty bad, but not as bad as this one.
I mean, yeah, it's the kind of feeling that happens at the beginning of a season. The Lions have a great history. They have a great team, and you expect them to come out and put a better showing than this, but it's just not happening.
This is a Z. Harris. Z. Harris run at the middle.
Number 10, Magisto.
Oh, Magisto. I'm sorry about that. Magisto with a good run. He's had a couple of nice runs in this game as well.
Looks like maybe to be injured on the field right now.
All right, so the custom in the IFL when there's an injured person on the field is that everybody takes a knee. Michael Vesboy, one of the trainers for the Rebels, out to help out. Uri took a kind of a low hit.
Looks like the medics are working on his ankle maybe. It could be a hamstring.
I talked about not leaving the starters in. This is a 70-22 game.
With a rivalry like this, they want to send a message, but, you know, first game of the season, you don't want your guys getting hurt. There were some injuries in preseason with us, the Hammers, against Petah Tikva a few weeks ago, and you don't want to see that this early on in the season.
Again, Uri Mangisto is the man down on the field. He's laying down right now. And 70-22, if you're just joining us, Stan Rebels with the lead over the Jerusalem Lions. Big rival these two teams are. And Uri gets up, but he needs to be helped out. What injury do you think that is, Adam?
It looks like a left ankle could be. He's not even stepping with his left foot right now. So now he's stepping a bit right now, so probably just a bad sprain.
Okay.
See if he gets some ice on it, what'll happen.
What's your worst football injury, Adam?
Thank God, nothing so far. Just a bad ankle sprain.
Should stay that way.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. Here's Farkas in the shotgun position. He's going to bomb this one off. Traub almost got that. That throw looked terrible at the beginning, and White Traub almost made a play on that. That would have been 6. But we'll go to second down.
I mean, how many times have we seen that play by the Rebels tonight? Deep on the sideline, either a fly or a post by Weintraub or whoever else is playing wide out on our near side here. Just couldn't get to that ball that time.
Chance of let's go defense from the fans here at Kraft Family Stadium. Farkas in the shotgun position. And Z Harris, the man in the backfield. They'll give it to Z.
That is number 27. We saw him running with some speed at the end of the first half, excuse me. Levine, Ari Levine, I believe.
Oh, Levine's got a couple runs. Okay, I apologize. I've seen Z Harris so many times he's in my nightmares now. I keep seeing him. But no, Levine with the run. I apologize about that.
You know, the Lions have been running the ball all night, but now the Rebels are trying to pick up on the running game, maybe just work down the clock a little bit, see what they can do to the Lions defense.
It would be merciful if they were to simply just run the clock down and get to the end, but we'll see what the high-powered offense does. Low pass. Ooh. Oh, what a hit! Wow!
Oh, big boy catch by the tight end Kowalski. Took, what, 2 or 3 line players with him?
He moved an extra 5 yards at least after the initial contact. That was one of my favorite plays of this whole game, and we've seen everything.
Yeah, I mean, big boy getting it done for extra yardage on the first down. I always thought the Lions were known for their tight ends, but the Rebels tight end has a few catches tonight.
Got to be Dodd tried to blitz, but he jumped a little too ahead, and Levine runs this up for about 6 yards. We'll go to 2nd and 4. If I were to make a prediction, I'm going to say Ganami Dodd will get ejected. I'm saying that here. He seems very hot-headed right now and very obviously upset at the situation. We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, he is not enjoying what's happening with his team now for the Lions. He's got to pull it together. He's got to try to, get them back in instead of firing off at everybody.
Cooper tries to, for the Lions, number 99, tries to get the fans involved. Here's Eastman as a wideout on the left. Farkas, the man in shotgun. Farkas goes to the outside to the right. That ball is complete. Takes 2 Lions to bring the gentleman down.
81.
Number 81, which will...
Yeah, I mean, good job holding on to the ball. He caught it, and right away he was hit by 2 Lions defenders.
That was Yusrael Barkani. So we haven't called his name, I think, all game. So maybe they are the Rebels putting in some of their subs. But Donnie Eastman's not coming out.
Yeah, I mean, and that gives them the first down. It's 1st and goal right now. Rebels are they can't be stopped.
All right, Alana's on the sideline with Coach Eastman. We're going to go to her right now, so take it away, Alana.
I hope we're ready. We're here with we're here with Coach Eastman of the Rebels, and how do you feel? You're 30 points away from the record-breaking of a 100-point game.
Well, first off, that's not our goal.
I know it's not your goal, but it's still a nice.
It's a nice thing to see. No, I'm very proud of the players tonight. The defense has stood up and really did a good job. Turned the ball over a number of times and give us good scoring opportunities. My offensive line has been in there all night long doing a great job. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. We prepare for this game, but when you see everything start to work right, you get pleasantly surprised.
You do, and I heard it's a big rival between the two of you. It's very nice, and y'all are doing great.
Yeah, it looks that way. Right now we want to get a chance to try some other players who don't get an opportunity to play, so we should start slowing down for a while now.
And what about the injury? How will that affect you?
I obviously want Uri to be back. He's just started playing with us over the last couple of weeks, and he's got good speed, so we hope his ankle will be okay. Hopefully it's just a twisted ankle, not a broken ankle.
Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're back. Thank you, Forlana, for that interview with Coach Avi Eastman, and two of his sons played for this team, of course. Donnie Eastman, the biggest star in the IFL, and David, his brother, plays as well. David recently married about 3 or 4 months ago. Here's Weintraub.
Oh, boy.
And that was Z Harris this time. Touchdown, Judean Rebels. It's 76-22.
I mean, I was just going to say, he came into the backfield. I mean, on 1st and goal, you know it's going to him. I didn't even get touched by a Lions player on that one. I'm not sure.
In the end zone, he was touched.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, Z Harris making a great case for himself.
2:44 left here in the third quarter. That's good news for the Lions. So the third quarter is almost over. 76-22, two-point conversion about to be underway. Donnie's been the quarterback for all two-point conversions so far. Donnie's got a fade. Weintraub tries to make a play on it. And the two-point conversion is no good, so our score, the Judean Rebels 76 and the Jerusalem Lions 22.
Not getting any prettier in the second half for the Lions, that's for sure.
Again, I confirmed with Batsala Freeman, the commissioner of the IFL and a former coach of the Rebels, that the record is 100 points for an IFL game. So the Rebels 24 points short of that. But I'll tell you, though, this third quarter, the Rebels have only scored 14 points. So they did slow things down a bit.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
and that says something, by the way, because 14 times 4 is 56. Right. So it's still pretty good.
I don't know if it's the Lions slowing them down or if the Rebels running the ball more, which they are. You know, they're just kind of taking their time right now. I really wonder when they're going to take some of the big names out of here because you don't know what could happen. You don't want anyone to get hurt.
I spoke with Sherrod. He said Donnie Eastman doesn't come out of games. And I am scared because he is such a delight to watch, but a running quarterback is likely to get injured. Now, granted, he hasn't played quarterback except for the two-point conversions in this game.
Is this returnable?
Halperin's going to kneel, so that'll be a touchback, and the Lions will start at 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. And if you're David Sidman and company over at the Lions coaching staff, what do you do in this series?
You know, like I said before, they got to play their game. You know, this game's over. Right now it's about learning, running the plays, not getting flustered or anything, showing that they can actually put points on the board. It doesn't matter if they're going to win or not right now. It's a matter of keeping composure because that's one thing the coach doesn't want to see is them unraveling right now.
Good point there. So let's see if they can hold it together. Few minutes, few change left to go in the third quarter, and then it's the fourth quarter, and the Lions then get to go home and try to – you can't really put a game like this out of your mind, though, could you?
No, I mean, this is a big showing by the Rebels offense today. I mean, points, special teams, defense are getting points from everywhere, and the Lions are going to be thinking about this one for a long time.
This game, again, especially the Rebels getting past 100 points, will be remembered for a long, long time. And if these two teams be in the playoffs, they'll obviously look back at this game. So it's part of the idea of still running up the score. So you point to it as momentum for the playoffs down the road. I mean, this is 4 or 5 months from now, but still, everything counts.
Yeah, 100%. And football is not the kind of game where you can kind of just ease up or anything.
You're more likely to get injured if you do that, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to still play 100%. That's what the Rebels coaches are going to want to see. They're going to want to see hard football all the way to the end.
Z Harris is playing defense on the left. Here's shift, and the ball is incomplete. Wow, they just can't get a break right now.
No, I mean, the drops, that's something you don't want to see at this point of the game or even on the first play of a game. You know, it just, the receiver is wide open over the middle. Could have been a first down. He just dropped an easy pass.
Ball intended for Ehud Barneev, but he dropped it. And we'll go to third down. Lions need to get to the 25-yard line for the first. So it's 3rd and 10. And we're seeing Jerusalem Canes walk by us. And that game, you said it might be more competitive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone expected the outcome for this game, but I think the Troopers and the Kings are much improved over last season, and it should be a much closer game than Rebels-Lions right now.
All right, here we go, and this is a run outside to Ofek Azraeli. He picked up maybe 4. We'll go to 4th down, and would you punt here?
I wouldn't. I mean, I'm telling you, like, you want to see the offense get it done. I mean, at this point, the coaches are like, all right, here's the ball. I know you're losing, but show me what you can do. Get the first down, keep the drive alive.
All right, that is the end of the third quarter. That was a fast-moving third quarter, and that is the end in our score. The Judean Rebels 76 and the Jerusalem Lions 22, and I'm happy I remember that score because I started to lose track.
Yeah, I mean, the third quarter went by. No penalties, I believe.
That was a big part of the reason I think why it moved so fast. That's true. That's a good point.
No penalties and not much scoring, not as much as the first half. So, you know, not a lot of stoppage in play with all the 2-point conversions and everything.
Even though the Rebels slowed things down, they still won that quarter 14-8.
Yeah.
And the Rebels barely did anything.
Yeah.
That's how dominant they've been.
It's fourth quarter right now. The Lions got to put some more points on the board. They got to show that they can do something right now.
Fans getting a little rowdy behind us there.
Yeah,
Adam.
someone just threw a bottle or something.
Yeah, we heard a bottle break. So, yeah.
Kraft Stadium with 2 home teams playing together.
Right.
Fans
are
getting excited.
Canes also one of the home teams, and they arrive, as you talk about, playing the Troopers as a second game of this doubleheader that will be played at Kraft. So if you're catching this live on TV, you want to come down, see the second game live, you can do so. But we still have some business to settle here. And as I talked to you about halftime, number one priority, the most interest of this game is, are they punting?
They are punting.
Oh, my God.
Almost a broken play as he fumbled the snap a little bit.
That ball dribbles out to the 15-yard line. So down 76-22 with about 6 yards to go for the first. They punted.
Yeah.
That was nice, at least.
Yeah, it was a good punt. At least they got something positive out of it, but I wouldn't have made that call. You know, I'm thinking that the offense needs to really get some confidence back, and you got to try to say, you know, here's the ball, get the first down. That's what I would have done.
Let's see if the Rebels run and try to milk some of the clock, or they try to go for the record. I don't know if it's a thought in their mind. When there are games like this, is it talked on the sideline, hey, if we get 101 points, we have the new record?
I'll tell you, it definitely is talked amongst the players, but the coaches shut that up pretty quickly. So,
like, you're going to be running 101 laps.
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up.
Yeah, I mean, we got pretty close last year. We scored, I believe, 84 points on an expansion team last year. But
okay.
At that point, you're just thinking that you don't want to get in your head too much and you want to make the right plays.
All right. Now, they have a switch at quarterback. Farkas is out, and James Kine is in. We're not used to seeing Kine quarterback. This goes to Ari Levine. Levine runs right, stay to left. Oh, good tackle made by Cooper and company, but a good run by Levine, and that may be enough for the first down.
Yeah, I think Levine was not really on many people's charts heading into this game, but he's quick and he can take hits, and he's running the ball pretty well for the Rebels.
Second and about a half yard.
Had a couple of very solid
yard.
runs. So let's see if they measure it.
No, they're just calling it second down.
This is very interesting because from here it looks like they have enough for the first, but they're going to say a little short, so we'll call it second and about half a yard. We're here in the fourth quarter.
Let's see if Levine can get another first down with the ball here.
Kine in shotgun formation. Barkai and White are the wideouts to the right. Levine the man in the backfield. Let's see, Adam, if you're right, and they give it to him. Long time on the snap. Quick pass. That's caught by Weintraub, and then he dives down. Tackle made. They're going to call this a late hit? Perhaps.
Maybe.
But it was enough for the first down in any case. Levine then goes off the field to take a rest.
Yeah.
Here's Todd Warner.
Flag on the field. Face mask.
Personal foul, 31, face mask, 10 yards from the end of the run.
Number 31 Lions.
That's got to be done. We talked about him.
Yeah. He is.
Thought him losing his cool.
You know, at this point in football, you lose your cool. You start pulling face masks and things like that. You can really hurt somebody. It's you can't let that get out of hand.
So they'll mark this ball at the 19-yard line. Will be 1st and 10. And now the Rebels show 2 wideouts on the right Weintraub in motion. They're going to hand him the ball. He's going to run out left. He's got some daylight. Dances outside. And another face mask, I believe. Flag is
It
thrown.
looked to me like holding on the receiver blocking for him on the outside there, but we'll see what they said.
What do you got? Eight
We'll find out what Todd
yeah.
Warnick confirming with his crew. As I mentioned, Todd Warnick, one of the best
No,
in the business. He's known for his
yeah.
European basketball refereeing. And here he comes to address the crowd. Tell us what's going on.
Holding, 18 on the offense,
You're right,
10 yards, first down.
On the far side of the field from us over there, the receiver just, got lazy with his block, held the Lions defensive back, and got a holding penalty. That's stuff you don't want to see at this point in the game.
All right, so they'll mark the ball back at the 25-yard line. They need to get to to the 10 for the first down. So it is first and 15. First and 15. Kine, the man in quarterback, placing Farkas, who had an excellent game so far today. Bad snap. This ball can be picked up by the Lions. No, it will be picked up by the Rebels.
Wow. We talked about unraveling about the Lions, but it's happening to the Rebels right now. A stupid penalty, a bad, very high snap, and they're pushed back to their own 20-yard line now.
Jimmy Zah was the one who picked that ball up and saved a touchdown, which would have been for the Lions. But Adam, as he mentioned, ball is being pushed back, and they're going to mark this at the 22. So they need to get 28 yards for the first down, and it's second down right now. Second and 28.
Yeah, we're seeing the Rebels just, maybe it's the cold. Maybe they think they're up by a lot. They're getting in their heads a little bit. I don't know. Change at quarterback, but they got to keep their composure.
All right, now it's 4 wideouts, and Zhao is the man in the backfield, Kine in shotgun formation. Looks things over, pumps this off, and almost a late hit, but Arshawski, it was the intended receiver, not able to catch that ball, a little thrown too far, and we'll go to third down here.
Yeah, Farkas came out of the game for the Rebels.
Third and about
Hines
28.
at quarterback. The snap wasn't his fault. That throw is way over top of the receiver's head. Eastman back in the game right now for the offense. We'll see if the ball's going to go to him at third and very long.
So the first 2 years of the Rebels' existence, they did not beat the Lions. They were 0-4, then beat them in that great playoff game where they're down 18 points back in 2011. Since then, they've really owned this rivalry, as indicated today with the score of 76-22. Kine in shotgun formation. Donnie Eastman, the wideout to the right. He's still playing. I don't think he's missed a play all game. Man open to the center. Oh! Woo! Godemy Dodd. That was a terrible play from Godemy Dodd. He hit a guy. He hit a receiver that was defenseless.
Absolutely defenseless.
That was a disgusting play from Gotti.
Ball was way over his head. He wasn't going to catch that ball, and he just laid him out. We heard that hit.
I predicted he may be ejected. They're not going to eject him on this play, but a couple more, and they may.
Wow. The game's almost over. It's a definite win for the Rebels here. You don't want to see anything like that. The guys are just getting a bit out of control with a face mask and a hit like that. I don't know.
I can't believe Gotti is motioning like, what did I do?
Of course, the athlete's never wrong.
Right,
the guy in the field, it's never
They
his
never
fault.
made the foul. All right, it looks like they're not calling a penalty. I thought that definitely
on
was.
The defense, unnecessary roughness, 10 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Okay, unnecessary roughness. That's automatic first down, and we're hearing some clap here, the sideline. That was a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hit was just entirely unnecessary. If he comes down with that catch and you make that hit, it's a great play. But the fact that the ball was nowhere even near the receiver, it was just completely unnecessary.
Yeah. What number?
All right, and we're still trying to straighten this out. The Lions upset, but anyways, the ball being marked at the 28 in Lions territory, 76-22 here in the fourth quarter.
Donnie Eastman in the slot right now, moving in on our near side from the wideout position. And the Rebels get the snap off. It's a run to the outside and stuffed. The Lions are not quitting. They're making the plays on defense when the Rebels, are running the ball, hanging in there until the last whistle. So we'll see what happens now. We got second down and about 8.
6:35 left on the clock in the fourth quarter, so a fast-moving second half, which is good news for the Lions, 76-22. So at this point, I don't think the Rebels are going to get that record, but they'll be happy to take the W. Here come the Rebels on second down. Kine's going to hand this off to Levine. Levine taken down rapidly and immediately. Picked up, maybe got to the line of scrimmage.
That looked very close to another face mask call, and the Lions player kind of on top of Levine.
Lapidote, yeah, Ale Lapidote staying on Levine, not getting up right away. So we're seeing some dirty plays from the Lions.
You know, the coaching staff, if we thought they were going to have a hard practice this week beforehand, I mean, these sloppy plays right now, it's not going to become favorable in the coach's eyes. You know, it's one thing to lose, and it's another thing to play like this at the end of the game.
All right, here is Barkay, the wideout on the right. Kine still in at quarterback and shotgun. And they'll high this to Levine again.
Oh.
Levine dodged the tackle.
Face mask.
Another face mask.
Another face mask.
So real sloppy play. Things getting chippy, as my partner Andy Gershman used to say, down in the fourth quarter. Ayo telling Levine, don't talk to the referees.
And face mask, 10 yards, first
3 or 4
down.
face masks in a game? I mean, come on, that's you can.
They seem to be all on one drive.
Yeah, can't pull someone's face mask. You can seriously hurt the running back, the receiver.
Whiplash, right?
Yeah, it's not fun.
All right, Adam, tell us, when is your guys' first game?
We're actually playing against the Lions next week, and
face mask,
what
52.
I see, if I can say that. We're playing a week from tonight. Yeah,
right.
We're playing at our home field in Romano Sharon tonight. Week from tonight. So
shout out to Dr. Keith Noble, who was a guest of mine on Lewis Live a couple months ago. He very nice interview as always. Went to the Ohio State.
The Ohio State.
I'm sure he brings that up in practice once in a while.
Oh yeah, I mean a big game for Ohio State this week. So we'll see if they lose. We're going to stick it to him in practice.
Oh yeah, that's the game of the year. Is it in the Big House this year?
It is. No, that was last week. This week is Michigan State, Ohio State.
Michigan State. Okay. Lost track of the college football. Fake to Levine, and Kyle will take it himself, dodge a tackle, and step out of bounds. I believe just short of the first. So we'll call it second and about 1. Good run there.
Second down.
Yeah, you know, he's kind of playing it smooth right now. If you look at the last second of that play, he got pushed. He didn't get tackled. He probably could have ran a few more yards down the sideline. But at this point, if he got the first down, he's good with that.
Right, again, live from Kraft Family Stadium. Judean Rebels versus the Jerusalem Lions. Our score, we're not making this up, 76-22. It's been pretty much all Donnie Eastman and Z Harris as it was in the Hanukkah Bowl.
Yep.
Donnie Eastman scoring a touchdown, running, returning a kick, receiving. Hasn't passed for a touchdown because he's not played quarterback except for the 2-point conversions.
Yeah, it's all Eastman and Z right now for the Rebels. They're making it happen.
Here's Kine on the right. He's got a lot of daylight.
Oh.
Get in. Touchdown, Judean Rebels, and it's 82-22.
Yeah, you know, I think a big problem with the Lions in this game is really the secondary. Their defensive line is playing decently, but once the Rebels receivers or running backs get passed into the open field, they're just not tackling them. They're not making anything happen back there.
So if you're keep an eye on the 100-point clock, 100-point meter mark, I should say, if they get a 2-point conversion, they're 14 points shy.
Yeah.
They have an outside chance.
Yeah, it's close, but...
if they were playing the way they were playing the first quarter, I think they'd have it done.
Yeah, that's for sure.
They scored 30 points in the first.
Wow. I mean, yeah,
they're going to do an extra point here, actually. This is Laron Zamir. This is the first time he's kicked an extra point or a field goal this game. That kick is up, and it's good.
Very good.
One of the few kickers who kick extra points and field goals in the IFL.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too much. We don't have the uprights in the stadiums here, but that kick was excellent right down the pipe.
So it's 83-22. 83-22, 3:54 left here in the fourth quarter. And how has practice been going for you in your ball club so far?
You know, it's good. We have a lot of rookies this year, a lot of new players, a lot of guys switching positions. I'm playing a new position this year. We're getting it down. You know, I think we have a lot of really strong players. We have a nice recruit from America, Avi Rosenblum, shout out right there. And, you know, I think we have a good chance. We'll see what happens next Thursday.
How much of that stain from the game in the playoffs talk is with you guys?
I mean, you know, it's one of those kind of things where we can say it was a referee, it was a missed coverage by our defensive back, but we believe that we shouldn't have been in a position to lose with 1 second left on the clock. We were 8-2 playing in the wild card game.
Game was at home.
Game was at home during the day. There was no rain. There was nothing, and you know, we're going to want that back this year. We're going to want a better showing late in the season.
All right, timeout is called. I believe the Rebels called it. You know, that's the thing. I like that you said that, Adam, because a lot of times when plays or games come down to one to play, what happens is they blame this, they blame that. And I always say, like in the NBA, when they make it, they're upset at a referee, hey, did you make all your free throws?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, well, we're not perfect. Well, neither the referees. So you got to take care of your own business and let the referees do their job.
Yeah, I mean, we beat the Kings, the team that beat us in the playoffs. We beat them in the first game of the season, and then we hadn't seen them until the first round of the playoffs. And, you know, I think we underestimated them a little bit. We didn't hold it together in the second half, and we just lost on a last-second play. That's the kind of stuff you remember, especially in the playoffs, and we're hoping for a much better showing this season.
And the man who threw that Hail Mary, Ellie Skolnick, was on my show on Tuesday. Not playing this year, so you guys are happy you don't have to see him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll see how the
Sidman is talking to the Lions right now. No coaches talk to the Rebels. The Rebels kind of coaching themselves before they kick off this ball. Again, 83-22.
Wow. Just saying that, it's crazy.
I know. I had to go through my mind and make sure that actually was the score.
And when was the last time the Lions scored? Right at the beginning of the second half, I believe.
Yeah, and that's it.
And
They've
it's
only
been
scored
quiet.
one touchdown in this half.
It's not going to cut it against these Rebels. You know, I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if every team in the league is here, but everybody is taking note of what's happening in this game right now. The Rebels are tough right now.
We reported all over Facebook, of course.
Oh, for sure.
Kickoff return from the own end zone. Decides not to take a touchback.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Wow, this was a weird run.
That was almost a safety.
JSPN with the tackle.
That was almost a safety.
All right. It's very special people up here right now. Avi's also special. Okay, that run was by Ofek Arieli. And that run, he could have gotten a touchback. Instead, takes it out and then ran backwards. And the ball marked at about the 6.
Yeah, I mean, with a few minutes left to go in this game, down by 61, right? He's trying to get on the stat sheet. You know, you had a nice little spin there to get away from one guy on the Rebels. But, you know, you got to still be smart at this point. You don't want to give up unnecessary points.
All right, here's Schiff still in the game. Shotgun formation, no men in the backfield. 2 wideouts on the right and a wideout on the left. It's Schultz, the wideout on the left.
From his own end zone.
That ball is complete and caught by number
19.
Number 19 is not on the sheet.
Check my sheet.
And he gets the ball almost to the 19-yard line, probably about the 18.
Imri Hadar with that catch. JSPN
hobbling off the field, but he'll be all right. Strong
yeah,
kid.
He's a tough kid. He'll be all right.
JSPN is his fantasy team name?
It's his brother's fantasy team name. His brother Justin is in my fantasy football league.
Okay.
Also JSPN.
I was just knocked out and not going to the playoffs this year. So
neither is JSPN in that league.
Yeah.
So
one more win, I might have gotten a tie break. I really struggled at the beginning. I didn't set my teams.
Oh, come on.
I forgot. What can I say? Hi, I'm going deep. This ball, though, is just sail out of bounds.
Looked like it was coming at us for a second.
Yeah, it did. Almost up here on the rooftop. That ball was intended for number 42, Ehud Barneev, but sailed out of bounds. And we'll go to 2nd and 10.
You know, I'm surprised, besides for that Tover touchdown and that long pass before the touchdown, surprised that the Lions are not really going more to their tight ends. You know, they have a lot of big guys, a lot of talented receivers out there. But, you know, they were running the ball a bit, and we'll see what they can do now with the empty backfield.
Empty backfield. 1:44 left in the game. This ball is complete to number 42, Ehud Barneev. Lions making a little noise as we get to the end of the game, and the troopers have arrived.
Troopers all suited up for the second game of the doubleheader. You know, the Troopers, we played them in a preseason game this year. They're a much improved team. You know, hopefully we'll see the. I think the league the league will benefit from a lot more teams being a lot more competitive. Last year there were a few lower tier teams, and now it looks like
the Sabres at the top.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, this year it seems like it's a bit more spread out, more competitive.
last year it was really the Sabres, the Pioneers, you guys.
And the Rebels.
The Rebels were 500 in the regular season and put on a Cinderella-like playoff run.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we shut out the Rebels in the regular season.
That ball was to Schultz. Schultz might claim pass interference, but he's not going to get it, especially this part of the game. Again, 83-22, Canadian Rebels. Minute and some change left in the ball game. Thank you for joining us. Again, this game is being brought to you by Midabrim Communications. Also, shout out to the new gym, which is where I train at, so it's a lot of fun to do mixed martial arts there. The new gym, which is on Hillel Street, Hillel number 19. So shout out to them as well.
How do you find parking there?
I don't. I take the bus. I don't drive in this country. I haven't driven in like 4 years.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Took me 2 hours to get here.
Yeah. It's not fun.
All right.
Trips, 3 wideouts on the left. No men in the backfield. But they do a run anyway. Sneaked run. How about look like went to one of their tight ends?
Yeah. That's Hadar again, who had the first down to keep this drive alive. I mean, the Lions are going empty backfield, but still running the ball. It seems like their game plan is a lot of running. And, you know, it's worked more or less for them tonight.
So the Rebels will go to 1-0 on this young season. Lions will go to 0-1. 34, 28, 7 and seconds and counting.
Schiff taking his time.
83-22, 19 seconds. Schiff backs up. Schultz cuts the ball, then dropped it.
Flag on the field for a late hit, possibly. I don't know about that.
I disagree with that call because he hit him when Schultz had possession of the ball, when he held on the ball and knocked it out. So I don't like that call.
Yeah, from our perspective up here, I really thought he still had that ball and it got hit out of his hands.
They pull up the flag, so
yeah.
call there. So about 11 seconds left. Again, 83-22.
We got maybe two last plays here. You got to go end zone. You got to try to throw it and get a touchdown here late in the game. Give yourself some points on the board.
It is
some points.
It is 4th down. Interesting enough. So theoretically, if they don't get it, the Rebels could have one more crack and score another touchdown.
That would be wild.
And to get into the 90s.
You'd like to assume that they would kneel it, but
I hope so. Although remember what the Sabres did to the Rebels. They fake kneeled in the title game and scored a touchdown to Fudge. That was a Diakami to Fudge. But we'll see if the Rebels are kind. Shift to Barneve. Barneve caught it. Dodges the tackle. Here comes Barneve. Dances and take it down.
Lions scream for a timeout, try for one last play.
And they get the timeout. So one more play left. 83-22.
You know, from up here, it really looked like Barneve could have gone out of bounds and stopped the clock, but he got 3 or 4 extra yards. It was a great play by him, staying competitive at the end of the game here.
I don't know what the fans are chanting there, but that was a nice big crowd. We talk about the capacity crowd, but with the players and then their fans, it really adds up.
Troopers trying to stay warm on the sidelines here before their game. It's pretty cold out here in Jerusalem.
3 seconds left on the clock, 83-22.
If I'm the Lions right now, you got to score a touchdown. I mean, 3 seconds left. We know it's going to end zone. All the receivers are going to be in there, and someone's got to come down with it. Give them a little dignity at the end of this game.
All right, 83-22. This will be the last play of the game. Doug Hauser in at center. Chaim shift in shotgun formation. 2 wideouts to the left and a wideout on the right. Low snap.
Pressure.
Pressured.
And
fumble.
Fumbles.
This ball's alive.
And he just
one away. The game ends, Adam.
Yeah, I mean,
One
you know,
away.
The Rebels could have picked up that fumble and ran it back for a touchdown. They don't need it. It's at least the 8th or 9th turnover by the Lions in this game. A fitting way for it to end on a turnover.
Our final score, Judean Rebels 83, Jerusalem Lions 22.
Yeah, I mean, the Lions didn't seem like they were in it in the first quarter, fell behind really hard, and they just couldn't come back against the Rebels and their special teams and Donnie Eastman and Z. Harris. Right now, we got the Lions and the Rebels lining up to shake hands.
All right, again, this game is being brought to you by Midabrim Communications and executive producer Yuda Wildowski. Yossi Frankel on the switchboard, thanks to him as well. Dovi Radowski, cameraman. Avi Miller is another cameraman as well, so thanks to him. Ephraim Folk was another producer. Ephraim Trek was another producer as well. So thank to everyone for making this broadcast happen. Ilana Ellenkoff was the sideline. Ilana Ellie Krenz was the sideline reporter, so she gave us some great interviews throughout the game. And, of course, thanks to my main man, my partner in crime, Adam Davis. I hope you had fun, Adam.
Yeah, I had a great time. This was a lot of fun. It was a very interesting game to watch, and hopefully we'll do this again.
Yes, we hopefully will. And I'm Ari Lewis. Thank you for watching. As always, God bless and good night.